In our own time of need, we failed ourselves. Crota struck us down en masse and destroyed much of what was built here, Moonbase included. The Traveler had come. It had brought us into a golden age. And yet little from that era mattered in the shadow of Crota. The Brays were here. How fine their avarice, how grand their hubris. Such great spirit echoes through time and space. It lives on long after any mortal form. Are they all gone? I wonder. There were those who believed that in Crota, the end had come. From the Moonbase, they cried out for help. Their message beamed far and across the system. It would land with those who would not respond, deemed to be only affairs of the city. The Hive know no limits when it comes to ambition. Nothing remains sacred within the darkness of their ritual halls. In the summoning pits, that was truer than ever. A horrifying abomination, Fogoth the Untamed, was created within. A series of unfortunate guardians met their end under the weight of Fogoth's might. He strew them across the battlefields of the moon, and together with Crota's brood, gave the great disaster its name. Not even Crota's brood could fully contain the rage of Fogoth the Untamed. His power was nearly unmatched. But in the end, the light overpowered Fogoth, and he was slain by your hand. This place reeks of death. This could be said of any structure on the moon, but this hall is especially saturated. You yourself carry painful memories of this place. Discard them. Their only use is to weigh you down and to empower your enemy. I wish Eris could see it this way, but she is bound irretrievably to her pain. The moon is fragile, even more so now than before. Look no further than the oozing schisms brought forth by the pyramid. May they serve as a warning. The moon has been carved out far beyond imagination. Fetid miasma rises. It belongs to the Hive now. New voices reverberate through the lunar formicary. Heresies whispered in the dark. Below your feet, the hidden swarm are acquainting themselves with deeper magics beyond their reckoning, to say nothing of ours. The fissures appeared when the pyramid stirred. They quake and belch, setting loose the potent energies that have long simmered just below. Should they be allowed to continue, the hidden swarm will make further outgambles to the surface. This is but a taste of the change to come. Behold, causation in all its exquisite majesty. Your persistence reshapes the hidden swarm. In turn, the swarm reshapes the moon. Their adaptations will only become more profound, the effects more pronounced. They have you to thank for this. In a nest left untouched, the Hive pulse beneath the surface of the moon. Their influence grows, their presence spreads. What you see rising from the schisms is the very essence of the Hive themselves. for there is naught else within the moon's core. I entered the Hellmouth with a sense of fateful inevitability. We would all die, or worse. I knew this to be true. Woefully unprepared was what we were. I stand by that. But it doesn't mean I didn't respect them. I did then, and I always will. Oh, Ariana, vengeful Ariana. Crota may have taken her light, but she left her soul on the battlefield. She had a death wish long before she approached me. In the end, of course, she blamed me for what happened. Pride begets death. Eris torments herself for her erstwhile fire team and the fates we marched into together. An appreciated but needless penance. Our struggle is a grand dialogue. We exchange blood for understanding. It is not tragedy. It is simply the price, and ours to pay. Deep below, the rudderless hidden swarm seek guidance, order. They won't find it, because of what you did, what you didn't do. It should have been your hand guiding them in Oryx's stead. Yet you disrupted a glorious engine. You, the arrogant, anomalous variable. Fools look at the hive and see mindlessness, but they bear deep wounds, and they do not forget those who wounded them. Crota, Oryx, Omnigul, each death shook the Hellmouth to the deepest pit. But as we say, that which doesn't kill you, etc. Just ask Hashladun or her slaughtered sisters. Crota claimed innumerable souls in this pit. The wages of our heroism were countless corpses and a strengthened, emboldened enemy. It's no wonder the hidden swarm see guardians as their great whetstone, ever eager and willing to sharpen their blade. From this pit, despair rose to power. Crota climbed out, and we all paid the price for not immediately noticing. We blame him for what happened, refusing to take responsibility for our own ignorance. Knowledge was our only true path to power, and we chose guns blazing instead. The moon sits lush with schisms, the result of Eris's curiosity. A pyramid of pure power with the ability to terraform. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? If the Traveler is a god of light, then what does that make the pyramid, who spews our tragedies back at us? We must always question the unknowable, for that is the only path to knowing. There is much history in the dust here. Grasp a handful, and you will hold light now extinguished. You will hold power misguided. These grounds are covered in the madness of days gone by, of guardians and hive alike. History haunts this place. In the absence of the ability to bring nightmares forth, the hive manipulate ours, worshipping and even dying for them. No doubt they have plans for the nightmares. The hive adapt, they evolve, and they do it quickly. The hive and their rituals, like moths to a flame, they know no other way. They try time and again to revive the souls of the dead. or even to bring forth something new. An abomination, a god. And now, our very own nightmares. Eris was the first to bring the pyramid to life. Was it of her will, or the pyramids? The Hive must hate her for it, after trying for so long to do the same and failing. Or perhaps it's relief they feel. After so much time, they can finally pursue its power, whether it wants them to or not. I could tell you that the pyramid hid from me as it did from you, but I would be betraying the truth. In this form, sight extends beyond the borders of certain realities. Though the pyramid came into view, I could not see inside then nor now. But oh, how I wish I could. One wonders the effects of the pyramid on the Hive. If they've existed in its shadow for so long, have they ever communed with it? The hidden swarm's aberrant behavior sprung from a simple conjecture. What if Oryx was meant to die, so that he might be reborn? Ludicrous, teleological thinking, an affront to everything he held dear. Unfortunately, Oryx is not here to correct them. Cloistered in their keep, the daughters of Crota labor to architect a future anew their swarm. They refuse to accept a world in which Oryx was struck down but not succeeded. They seek to correct that which you left undone. When Oryx fell, Crota's brood rallied around the strongest of his children, reaffirming their faith in the logic, accepting their loss. But deep in the hearts of 4 of Crota's daughters, Bezereth, Kynox, Ashladun, and Vosher, a seed of doubt quietly took root. They resolved to lead their leaderless swarm toward a new dawn and slaughter all who stood in their way. Sword logic demands that which dies remain dead. Hobbled and wounded by the loss of their leaders, the hidden swarm no longer agree. They've unmoored themselves from the foundational tenets of the logic. Until this affliction is snuffed out, it will only spread. Does it burden you, Guardian, to know that your presence here was not simply expected, but desired? That you were summoned? It is no mere coincidence that you, the slayer of Oryx, have been drawn to this place. The pyramid can't conjure nightmares from hive minds. They require a human psyche, anguished, burdened, light-bearing vessels.